The Bold and the Beautiful spoilers hint that Bill Spencer may play dirty with some Forrester sabotage. If Bill refuses to let the competition crush Katie Logan Spencer's, then he could easily make some sneaky moves as an insurance policy. In the coming episodes, Katie will have to decide whether she's going to abandon her job at Forrester Creations and embark on a new fashion adventure. Thanks to Bill's generosity, Katie will have a shiny new fashion house just waiting for her to take charge of. Of course, B&B writers wouldn't have introduced this storyline if they didn't plan on Katie accepting the offer and moving forward with fresh dreams. Katie will ultimately go for it, but there's no guarantee this fashion house will be a roaring success. That's especially true since they'll be going up against Forrester Creations, which is quite established in the fashion world and has a loyal fan base. It would break Bill's heart if he gave Katie this fashion house, only for her to fail in the end. Bill may decide he's not going to let that happen, even if he has to play dirty to ensure Katie is a success story. It certainly wouldn't be the first time Bill resorted to crooked tactics to get what he wanted. Bill would do absolutely anything for Katie, including sabotaging their main competing fashion house if need be. Although Bill keeps talking about how Katie makes him want to be a better person, that can't last forever. Dollar Bill has a sneaky side that can't be contained indefinitely, so it's just a matter of time until he causes trouble again. This could become a source of marital conflict if Bill goes behind Katie's back to steal Forrester designs or ruin upcoming fashion shows somehow. If Katie gets updates on Bill's shady strategies, she might feel like he didn't have faith in her to succeed on her own. Furthermore, Katie could have a big problem with Bill sabotaging Brooke Logan Forrester and everyone else at Forrester Creations. This could lead to issues in Katie and Bill's remarriage, so stay tuned for any upsetting news that might be on the horizon. The Bold and the Beautiful spoilers say Bill and Katie's future could come with some bumps in the road. The Bold and the Beautiful spoilers update for Monday, December 22nd, reveals that Deacon Sharp will get some enraging news while Hope Logan Spencer has some boundaries for Thomas Forrester. Now that Hope's reluctantly fired Deke Sharp from her line, she'll have a tense reunion with Thomas. Hope may admit she wasn't thrilled about the way Thomas swooped in and blindsided her, especially since it meant Deke got the boot. Thomas will try to smooth things over and make Hope believe his return to Hope for the future will be a game changer. The goal will be to make Hope's fashion line the best it's ever been, so Thomas will feel confident they can pull that off. Thomas will discuss his history of bringing Hope's vision to life and insist those were some wonderful times together. Hope can't deny that their teamwork led to some incredible designs, but she should be clear about her boundaries now. Hope just got remarried to Liam Spencer and may warn Thomas that she won't risk her relationship again. If this arrangement with Thomas is going to work, Hope may think things have to stay strictly professional. While Hope and Thomas clear the air, it appears Deke will make his way to his dad's restaurant and perhaps order a drink to drown his sorrows. Deacon may play bartender and lend a sympathetic ear to Deke, who'll confess he's done at Forrester Creations. Once Deacon gets updates on Deke being forced out, you can bet he'll fume over how the Forresters treated his son. Deacon may vent to Taylor Hayes soon, or even give Ridge Forrester a piece of his mind. When Remy Price pays a visit to Il Giardino as well, B&B spoilers suggest he'll catch a glimpse of Deke looking glum. This could be Remy's opportunity to comfort Deke and give him some reassurance about his future as a designer. Deke hasn't shut the door on Remy permanently yet, so maybe this could be the first step on their road to reuniting. The Bold and the Beautiful spoilers say Remy and Deke will have to deal with some awkwardness, so stay tuned to see how their next conversation will play out. Hope Logan and Thomas Forrester will be reunited in the design room on The Bold and the Beautiful. Despite the fact she just married Liam Spencer, Hope seems dedicated to her new old hubby. But will she be able to work side by side with her ex for hours every day and not have any feelings for him? The votes have been tallied, and general consensus on the internet among Bold and Beautiful fans is that Liam would be a fool to not be suspicious of Thomas Forrester hanging around his wife. Here's what's coming up on the CBS soap next week. Spoilers down below. It was over a year ago when Thomas Forrester moved to Europe and walked out on Hope Logan and his job at Forrester Creations. Thomas skipped town because after months of being the perfect boyfriend, Hope still wouldn't marry him. Hope Logan could have cared less that Thomas was gone. She spent some time stalking Steffi's husband and eventually began dating Carter Walton. A lot has changed while Thomas was away, and he came home just in time to see Hope marry Liam Spencer again. Bold and the Beautiful, spoilers hint Thomas could be bitter that Hope married Liam, but wouldn't marry him. In fact, some fans think that he returned to Hope for the future and booted Deke just so that he could spend time with Hope Logan. Thomas and Liam have battled over Hope multiple times in the past. Liam Spencer always has a leg up in the competition because he is that father of her daughter. However, Thomas and Hope have something else in common: their baby Hope for the future. The former couple spent many sleepless nights working together and building the line's success. Liam shouldn't count Thomas out just yet. Do you think that Thomas and Hope still have feelings for each other? Should Liam be worried about his bride spending time with him at Forrester Creations? Steffi Forrester and Hope Logan aren't exactly besties on The Bold and the Beautiful, but this is the longest the two women have been on good terms in a while. Sadly, all that is about to change. A Steffi and Hope showdown is inevitable on the CBS soap, and the two women will face off by next week. Will Hope Logan get the last laugh on Steffi and the Forresters and walk out on Forrester Creations and join her husband's new fashion house? Here's what's coming up next on Bold and Beautiful. New spoilers own below. Just a few weeks ago, Hope Logan was on top of the world and celebrating the relaunch of Hope for the Future with her little brother, Deke Sharp, by her side. But Steffi Forrester has decided to go another route and fires Hope's little bro. Those will be fighting words. The Bold and the Beautiful, spoilers say that things have changed since the last time Hope and Steffi went to war at Forrester Creations. Hope Logan has options now. Her husband's family just got into the fashion business. For the first time in a very long time, Hope doesn't have to take Steffi's crap to keep Hope for the Future afloat. She can pack up her designs and go work at Dollar Bill's new company. According to Bold and the Beautiful spoilers, the battle lines are being drawn at Forrester Creations, and everyone is going to have to pick a side. Was Steffi Forrester wrong to fire Hope's little brother for Thomas? Will Hope get the last laugh and leave FC in the lurch and go to the new Spencer Co.? The Bold and the Beautiful spoilers for the week of December 22nd suggest some curveballs. There will be some family get-togethers for the holiday. Katie Logan Spencer causes drama with the name of her new company. Plus, Dylan sleeps over at Will Spencer and Electra Forrester's place. Keep reading, and let's talk about what is coming up in the CBS soap opera. Let's kick off this post with Thomas Forrester. Fans watched as Thomas returned and basically demanded his old job back. Ridge Forrester seems to be the only one concerned about Thomas's sudden shift. Meanwhile, Steffi Forrester Finnegan made Hope Logan Spencer fire Deke Sharp. Thomas will spend some time trying to share his vision with Hope. While it sounds good, Hope has some concerns. After all, Deke worked really hard to prove himself, so this really doesn't seem fair. Over with Katie, Brooke Logan Forrester offered her support. However, Katie didn't have a name in mind yet. That will change in the upcoming week. Expect Katie to share her new fashion house's name, which gets a funny reaction from Brooke. As Katie gets closer to her fashion house becoming a reality, she will need to hire staff. Will she end up poaching some of the designers from Forrester Creations? The Bold and the Beautiful spoilers reveal that Remy makes another comeback. At some point, Remy and Deke cross paths. Now the woman is hanging out at the beach house with Will and Electra. In a preview clip, Will suggests she could spend the night there. Electra seems blindsided, but agrees, saying she'd like to get to know Dylan better. With Christmas right around the corner, expect some families to get together and exchange gifts. However, expect the drama to return after the new year. Which storyline are you looking forward to seeing the most? Share your thoughts in the comment section below. Keep watching the soap on CBS or Paramount Plus to find out what happens next. The Bold and the Beautiful spoilers indicate that Hope Logan Spencer could take Hope for the Future to her aunt's brand new fashion house. She is fed up with the favoritism at FC. And now is the perfect time to send a message. Will Katie Spencer offer her niece a place at her new design studio? HFTF is Hope's baby, her signature line that has been in existence for years. However, this means that she is at the mercy of Steffi Forrester Finnegan and Ridge Forrester. and they have treated her shabbily over the years. Hope for the Future is about to launch a new line, but Hope doesn't have control over it. She wants Deke Sharp to design the line, but the others are against it. With Thomas Forrester back in town, Steffi cut out Deke in favor of her brother. Deke is Hope's brother, but they are not Forresters. Deke is now gone, and Hope may be next. Not too long ago, Hope was part of a coup to unseat the Forresters, so we know she has it in her to play dirty or walk away when she's fed up. If Hope becomes tired of her treatment at FC, would Katie invite her to come on board at her fashion house? Bill Spencer is funding Katie's new venture, one she didn't even know she wanted. She has all kinds of new and exciting ideas and needs employees to carry out her vision. Besides, if Hope leaves FC, would she be permitted to take HFTF with her? We'll have to wait and see about that, but why would she stay where she's not wanted? Both Hope and Deke would be able to show off their talents at Katie's workplace. Do you want Katie to make Hope an offer she can't refuse? Red Hot the Bold and the Beautiful, spoilers point to Hope having to make a choice in the coming days. Will she play it safe or take a big risk? Tell us what you want Hope to do. The Bold and the Beautiful, spoilers for Monday, December 22nd, suggest some twists. For one thing, expect Dylan to cause problems with Elektra Forrester. Meanwhile, Katie Logan Spencer causes conflict when announcing the name of her new fashion house. Keep reading, and let's talk about what is coming up in the CBS soap opera. Let's start off with Dylan, who began as Hayes Forrester Finnegan's art teacher. The girl was affected by Luna Nozawa's reign of terror. In a twist, Dylan returned and told Elektra that she was the one who killed Luna that night on the road. While Dylan was forgiven by everyone, there is something that seems off with her story. In a preview clip for next week, Dylan is at the beach house with Elektra and Will Spencer. It looks like they just came in from the beach. Suddenly, Will says that Dylan should spend the night. Elektra seems a bit blindsided, but they are all friends, so she agrees and says she would love to spend more time with Dylan. I have a bad feeling about this. Is Dylan secretly obsessed with Will? Why doesn't Dylan have her own place to stay? Is Elektra going to regret Will's invitation? The Bold and the Beautiful spoilers for the next episode reveal that Katie is going ahead with the fashion house. Brooke Logan Forrester was happy for her sister, but also understands this is a huge undertaking. Brooke asked the name of the fashion house, but Katie had not decided yet. Katie will come up with a name, but it seems to cause some issues with both Brooke and Raj Forrester. Fans might also see more of Thomas Forrester in Monday's episode. The young man is back in charge of Hope Logan Spencer's fashion line. Thomas meets with her and tries to reassure her of his plans. However, she seems awkward and nervous during the conversation. While Steffi Forrester Finnegan ordered Hope to fire Deke Sharp, she also knows he's talented. So, I wonder if Katie will pick up the aspiring designer and make Steffi regret her decision. Which storyline are you looking forward to seeing the most on Monday, December 20, 2025? Share your thoughts in the comments section below. This week on Bold and Beautiful, Ridge's prodigal son Thomas returns to Forrester Creations. Ridge Forrester and his kids Steffi and Thomas are all back in charge at the family fashion house. But they are making enemies fast and rubbing everyone at FC the wrong way. Forrester Creations won't stand a chance against Dollar Bill's new fashion house if Ridge and his kids drive all their employees away. Here's what's coming up next week on B&B. Spoilers down below. Ridge Forrester is thrilled to have both of his kids back at the family business. It has been a long time since the Forresters weren't outnumbered in their own boardroom. However, Ridge really needs to take a few HR classes on how to treat his staff at the office. Sadly, Thomas Forrester and Queen Steffi seem to have inherited their father's horrible interpersonal skills. Katie Logan is still devastated that Ridge replaced her with a PR team at Forrester Creations. After the fact, Brooke and Ridge insisted it was just to give her a break after all of the Luna drama. But Katie took it personally and definitely deserved a lot more from her bosses after so many years of service. Meanwhile, Ridge's own father, Eric Forrester, is still at home licking his wounds after his son threw him an unwanted retirement party. Bold and the Beautiful viewers are still horrified by how the Forrester heir treated his own father. This week on Bold and the Beautiful, Thomas Forrester announced he was taking back his design job at Hope for the Future. The Forresters probably should have discussed Thomas's return with Hope Logan herself, because she will be furious when Steffy Forrester fires her little brother. Word on the internet is Hope Logan and Queen Steffy's truce will be officially over, and the women will be at war again before the new year. In one sweep, Ridge and his kids have managed to alienate themselves from Eric, Katie, Hope, and Deke. Do you think the Forrester family has been acting horribly lately? Will everyone leave them and join Bill's new company at this rate? Let us know what you think down below, and keep checking back here on Soap Opera Spy for more Bold and the Beautiful spoilers. The Bold and the Beautiful recap for Friday, December 19th, reveals that Steffy Forrester Finnegan ordered Hope Logan Spencer to fire Deke Sharp, while Katie Spencer delivered a curveball to Brooke Logan Forrester. In the Forrester design office, Deke fished for answers about his future at the company during a conversation with Carter Walton. Carter could only say there was a lot at stake, and that Hope for the future would need the best design team behind it. Next on Friday's B&B episode, Hope tried to convince Steffy to let Deke stay on her line. However, Steffy was adamant that they couldn't have someone on the payroll that they didn't need. Since Thomas Forrester and Zendi Forrester Dominguez could handle all the designs, she insisted Deke had to go. Hope hinted about the discomfort of working with Thomas considering their history, but Steffy argued this was about business. In the end, Steffy stood her ground and suggested Hope should be the one to break the news to Deke that he was out. Soon after, Deke excitedly showed Hope some new sketches, but she stopped him and explained the situation. Hope was apologetic since it was out of her hands. Deke put on a brave face and assured Hope that he wouldn't give up on his dreams, but they were both bummed about not working together as they hugged. In the showroom, Ridge Forrester gave Brooke updates on Thomas's return to Hope for the future and the fact that Deke was being let go. Brooke worried about Hope's reaction since Steffy's brother was taking priority over Hope's. After Katie discussed her new fashion house with Bill Spencer and Will Spencer, she joined Brooke at Forrester Creations and revealed Bill's amazing wedding present. Katie knew it probably sounded crazy for Bill to give her a fashion house, so Brooke acknowledged that it indeed did. Brooke also pointed out that it took Forrester Creations years to build their brand, but Katie was ready to tackle this challenge anyway. Although Brooke admitted Bill's gift was sweet, she clearly didn't have a lot of faith in Katie's abilities and seemed weirded out by all this. Brooke asked if this new fashion house would be called Spencer Fashions, but Katie suggested maybe her sister could help come up with a name. Despite Brooke's attempt to be happy for Katie and her new venture, she had a pensive look on her face as they hugged. The Bold and the Beautiful spoilers say Katie and Brooke could be gearing up for quite a sister feud, so stay tuned. The Bold and the Beautiful spoilers hint that Brian Nicoletti has joined Annie Besnian, the cast of B&B, in a mystery role. Is Nicoletti playing an R.J. Forrester recast or a new character? The show recently had a Christmas bash that brought plenty of the cast and crew members out for a good time. Nicoletti popped up in multiple pictures from the event, including one from a production designer who referred to them as newbies celebrating their first B&B holiday party in his Instagram story. Another photo featured Nicoletti sandwiched between Thorsten Kaye and John McCook, so we have to ask, could that be a hint about 3 generations of Forresters posing together? It's possible that Nicoletti is an R.J. Forrester recast, especially when you consider the current storyline involving Katie Spencer's new fashion house. Since RJ is a designer who happens to be both a Forrester and a Logan, it just makes sense to throw him in the mix. Perhaps RJ could also serve as a love interest option for Dylan or another character on canvas. It's worth mentioning that Brian Nicoletti follows a ton of B&B cast members on Instagram like Bullock, Crew Morrow, Linnea Grace, Jacqueline McInnes Wood, Lawrence St. Victor, and more. It seems safe to say that Nicoletti is indeed set to make his debut on the show soon. It's just a matter of whether he'll be playing a fresh spin on RJ or someone else instead. Regardless, it'll be fun to see a new face in the mix. Nicoletti's previous roles include Tucker James in a short film called No Boys Allowed, and Anthony in a movie called Woodbridge. We'll be sure to bring you updates if any news comes in about Brian Nicoletti's first air date. Nicoletti could become a key player as the show starts off 2026 with a bang. The Bold and the Beautiful, spoilers say some exciting stories, and debuts are in the works, so stay tuned to the CBS soap.